The Avs seemingly forgot you're supposed to score again. Avs lose to the Chicago Blackhawks 3-1. I don't think there's a big story to tell here for Colorado. They're in another stretch where they're just not scoring effectively enough. That situation in this game is obviously amplified with Trent Marner making his first NHL start, so you aren't going to get bailed out by your goalie like they have been a lot lately with Blackwood. It's also amplified by the fact that injuries just never stop happening to this team. No Jonathan Drouin tonight. And it's important to remember that on the grand scale, the Avs are scoring at a fine rate. They have two guys in the top 5 in scoring in the NHL, and the highest scoring defenseman too. But on a game-to-game basis, particularly against weaker teams in the league, the Avs seem to find ways to just not put the puck in the net. And yeah, the Avs had 36 shots on goal tonight. They put a bunch of pucks on net. They spent stretches of the game playing pretty darn good offense, but that doesn't really matter. You have to get the results for it to count. And without rehashing the whole analytics thing again, the fact is that the Avs aren't scoring enough right now. And maybe more importantly, when the puck isn't going in for the Avs, it feels like they don't really know what to do at times. Yeah, some nights you're going to get goalied, but this has happened enough times this year that there's more than just that going on with the Avs when they struggle to score. I say all of this knowing they scored first in this game. There's not a ton to this play, but Parssinen does a good job on defense here to break up a pass towards the middle and then take the puck himself. He's not really on a clean breakaway. You could call it a 2-on-1, but he opts to keep it, holds it backhand, and just beats Mrazek clean. Honestly, great to see from Parssinen. Super happy that he puts a puck in the back of the net. He played a significant more amount of time tonight and was dangerous in the offensive zone. For a guy the Avs traded for, that's what you want to see out of him, and you want to see him earn some time to move up the lineup a little bit where he can show those offensive skills a little bit more often. Him finding offensive success, this is 2 points in the last 2 games, and his first goal with the Avs, is important for the Avs longer term. They need a guy like him to be a consistent depth scorer for them. The problem is, 1 goal from your depth can't be the only goal you get and expect to win. Now, I do think the Avs played quite well for the entire first period. I have almost no qualms with their game on the whole. They just make one horrible play, and it's the story of the season. It ends up in the back of their net. This should be a nothing play. It's a dump in from the Blackhawks, and the Avs are able to easily retrieve this puck. Gerard's going to get it in the corner, and then just makes a horrible decision of the pass towards the center of the ice. The Blackhawks pick it up, undefended, in on goal, and they score. Look, I get it. Bad plays happen sometimes, and the Avs had gone through a large portion of this season where they can't rely on their goaltending, so they're no stranger to that situation, and with Georgiev at a certain point, you have to just play your game and figure things out. But for a one-off game like this one, you have to find a way to be a little bit more solid and safe with your puck management. You set up Trent Marner for failure tonight from the start, and making plays like that are bound to end poorly. It's nice that you get to go back to Mackenzie Blackwood and you can expect that goalie to bail you out, but for a one-off game like this, you needed to do better for Trent Marner. The Avs don't play terribly through the rest of this game. They outshoot Chicago significantly, but again, they don't get the results. I think particularly the power play, not good enough. The puck's got to go in the back of the net for you at some point there. Yes, if you extend that stretch out long enough on the season, there's still a fine power play, not a great one, but a fine one. But in more direct recent history, they're 1 for their last 13. That is killing you. Trent Marner giving up more goals in this game should not come as a surprise, but the Avs are seemingly caught off guard. Oh, cool. So I didn't record this game myself like I usually do because I was figuring out a home watch-along setup. So the third goal of this game footage just doesn't exist. The NHL doesn't have it. Normal highlight sources don't have it. I don't know where it is. So I guess you don't get to watch this goal. Is that a bad rebound? Absolutely. But why aren't the Avs there ready to help out a goaltender making his first NHL start? You can't expect him to smother everything. This game actually could have gotten more out of hand for the Avs, too. Blackhawks would go on to hit a post later in the game, and they even scored a goal that did not count. Bedard clearly kicked the puck in, so it shouldn't have counted, but the Avs were giving up goals at a extremely high rate, which would be okay if you were answering those goals and finding some of your own, but the Avs just weren't. And I know people get mad about it, but the reality is it's very hard for the Avs to win if their top players aren't producing. Yes, they'll go right back to producing. They've done that time and time again this season, but if they fail to show up and get even a single point in a game, the Avs are going to lose, and that's what happened here. And this is kind of my problem with the Avs superstars in games like this one. When the puck isn't going in for them, instead of simplifying their game and trying to make simple plays that get the puck to enter the back of the net, they seemingly try harder to go cute, make perfect plays, and try to make an unbelievably good play that gets them an easy goal. This often leads to them passing up on good scoring chances and failing to really put on the number of shots you need to put onto the net when you are struggling to put a puck on goal or even in the net. More than once tonight, the Avs' best players passed up good, if not great, opportunities because they were overthinking it. They were trying to make a goal out of thin air when what they needed to do was just create dirty, messy hockey and find a way to get a good bounce. Here's the last goal of the game with more poor defense from the Avs and Minor getting beat on the short side. Look, in the grand scheme, I don't think these losses are crazy devastating to the Avs season or anything like that, and they were bound to lose eventually. You can't go on a winning or point streak that lasts forever. But it is still frustrating to see the Avs seemingly not figure their way out of games where they struggle to put the puck in the back of the net. They're too good a team to spend too many games failing to score, but I want to see them find ways to dig through it and battle through it, particularly their best players, a little bit more. That's it for this one. I don't think there's a bigger story here than that. So that is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching, and I like good NHL goalies.